Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm John Collect Cards. It is Wednesday, April 26th, 2023. Hope you're doing well. Hope your week's going great. Just a quick video today. Got 3 envelopes here showing on camera because I didn't really know what else to put out there to start the video with without giving stuff away, so to speak. But I got 3 TTMs I'm going to show at the end of this video. But first, before I do that, I wanted to show a couple of just some recent pickups that I've gotten. I had in a recent video, I started a goal of collecting the 1978 Topps Hall of Famers. And I've got cards 5 and 6 of what's now a 61 card goal. Might end up being I might make it a 62 card goal, actually. I might throw another possible Hall of Famer in there. Thinking about putting Dwight Evans on the list, possibly. But anyway, without further ado, I recently got this in the mail. This arrived a few days ago. Andre Dawson in an 8. And I got this for a real nice deal, actually. I got this for, in an auction, I can't remember. It must not have been timed very well because I got it for like, the bid price was just over like 22 bucks. And 8s, at least lately, seem to be going for between 30 and 40. So not all, but some are a little less than 32. But I think I got a real nice deal on this. So I kind of lucked out on this. And what was even better about it is that I got Steve Carlton from the same bidder, or from the same seller, I should say. So I got combined shipping on these two because the shipping adds up on these. I'm finding that out quickly. Not too many deals are being offered on, you're paying $5 to $6 almost on every slab you get. So the more you can get package deals is probably going to be, or I can get package deals is going to be a good thing. But I've got 6 cards in hand so far, and I just won an auction. No, I did a buy it now on number 7. It's actually a rookie card, so I will show that one soon when it gets here. But the Steve Carlton's also an 8, so you can tell from the numbers, they're 4 digits apart. So this was part of the same submission, but these 2 arrived a few days ago. Love those. Enjoying building this set so far. A couple of other little things I've picked up. Again, this is going to be kind of a hodgepodge little video here. I picked up a couple of Topps Now cards of Anthony Volpe. I'm not really into the Topps Now thing, but, Volpe's got some talk, and he seems to be a fun player. And so I really like that they gave him number 11 at a spring training, gave him the nice low number. It showed like, that they have faith in this guy, that maybe, they're going to, they're going to give him a real chance to try to, find his way. And I think he just got over across the Mendoza line in batting average. So I think he is starting to find his way. I think he seems to be a pretty adaptable, heady player who makes good contact. So I think the fans are giving him, they're going to give him every opportunity as well. And I think, he's also a Jersey kid. I guess you could still call him a kid. He's 21, I think, still. So. But picked these 2 up, and then I actually ordered another one for his first, was it his first home run? I think, yeah, Topps just did like his first career home run card, so I have that one coming as well. I picked these 2 up on eBay. So, maybe the home run one will be, maybe I'll get lucky and parallel will come with it, but picked up those 2, and let's see, now I got autos, actually, that's going to be the rest of this video. So I've kind of taken a flyer on a couple of rookies. For prices that weren't too terrible. One of them is this Roansy Contreras. I picked up this is from Gold Label 2022. It's numbered to 75. It's black parallel, which technically is a team color match, but it's not much of one. So, but the Pirates are off to a heck of a start, and as it turned out, this guy Roansy Contreras pitched 5 no-hit innings against the Dodgers today. The game's still going on. I don't know if he's out of the game yet, but I just looked at the box score before I started the video here, and he's gave up 2 hits in the 6th inning, but 6 shutout innings so far. 23 years old, Pirates are off to a good start. We'll see how long they can keep that up, but I think this guy, might have a future. Supposedly he's got some pretty good stuff, so just picked him up kind of on a flyer. And both of these 2 autos were, I think, this one actually, that one was less than 20, and well, maybe it was about 20 or just over with shipping. I can't remember, but I also picked this one up. Ilaris Montero. I think I got his first name pronounced right. If I didn't, I apologize on there. But Montero's the third base heir to, or they're trying to make him to be the heir to Nolan Arenado. I think they got him in that Cardinals trade. He's gotten off to a pretty good start this year, and then he had some kind of day-to-day injury. I can't remember what it was. I don't know if he's back yet, but he's showing a few signs that it'll hopefully stick for them. They could certainly use his bat. The Rockies are not one of the better teams in Major League Baseball and haven't been for a few years, but we'll see what this guy can do. So this is numbered to 125, Topps Chrome Update Auto from 2022, numbered 52 to 125. Got this one just for a little over 20 bucks. I think with tax and shipping it was 25. So I took a little bit more of a dice roll on this guy, but he is a offensive player, a hitter, I should say. So I think it was worth the risk. And it really isn't much of a risk, and it's a fun, nice auto to have. I like the X-Factor autos in here because they, at certain angles anyway, you could somehow, it makes the sticker auto a little harder to see that it's a sticker. So I kind of like that, picking that one up. And then the rest of the, actually no, I got one more auto I picked up. We're going to go vintage on this one. This was a cool auto I picked up for literally $4.99. Can't believe no one else bid on this. It's a Yankee from the 50s who, was, if I was around in that time, I think I would have gravitated toward kind of rooting for him as kind of like a key cog on a lineup who is not the Hall of Famer, but a very good clutch kind of hitter. So I equate him in the 90s with like Paul O'Neill for the Yankees. And actually he played right field as well, and it's Hank Bauer. So this is a very interesting card. So this was signed before I was back in the hobby. So it was from 2000. What is it again? It's an Topps all-time fan favorites, a series from 2003, which is pretty interesting. He passed away a few years later, 2006 or 7, I believe it was. So this was just a cool card. Can't believe I got this for $5 in an auction. So it was super, I think it's just super cool to add to the collection. So a pretty sweet, kind of Yankee legend auto. What I like about his story also is, not only did he serve our country as a Marine, but he, a lot of people might not know, he managed the Baltimore Orioles' first World Series winner, 1966. He managed that team, and it wasn't Earl Weaver. And it's hard to remember that because Weaver was, took over by 68, and he was their manager in 69 and 70, and for those in 71 for those World Series teams. But Hank Bauer managed that team in 1966. And actually, that reminds me, stepping away for 1 second here, there's one other card I wanted to show, if I can get it really quick. And it's, hope you heard me there. I stepped away for a second. There was one other card I wanted to show really quick. I picked this up at my LCS recently for just a few bucks. 1967 card number 1. I never actually knew about this card. I just happened to see it one day in my LCS, not too long after I got the auto. So I was just kind of like kismet to kind of get it. So 2 Hall of Famers on there too, flanking the manager. I think that's a really cool card. So just wanted to show that really quick. And then let's see. Now the rest of the video, we're going to do TTMs and see how fast I can open these. And we'll wrap it up. Just again, a little hodgepodge video I was going to do today of just some stuff I've been picking up, and really isn't that much. The 1978 goal is really the main thing, and I haven't been sending out too many TTMs lately either, but a few that I have gotten back recently. Here are 3 from Rick Russell, a pitcher who had a really good career in the long run. He won over 200 games. He was known for being a pretty steady starter in the Cubs rotation, and then he kind of had a renaissance, with the Giants in the late 80s. He had kind of a flourish at the end of his career. It was one of their main pitchers on a division winner in 89. I guess they went to the World Series later too. So here's a 74 card, 76 card. I love that he's wearing a helmet in that shot. That's which I think is pretty cool. And then here's a 77 card. And these are all freebies. So thank you, Mr. Russell, for that. I think that was a really cool TTM get. And then a couple of others. 1973 Don Buford. Staying with the Orioles there, going back to them for here a second. This was a $5 auto. He has a foundation out in California. It's a really nice signature, so thank you, Mr. Buford, for this one. This is a really nice one to have. One of those key cog kind of players again. I don't know if that's a cliche kind of term, but real big contributor for those Orioles teams in that time period, late 60s, early 70s. And then one more I'm going to show, and then before we open these envelopes at the end, was a really fun one. When I saw that he was signing for free, and he actually gave me a free inscription too. I never really heard of the player, but I saw this card, and I happened to have this card in a lot of commons I bought when I got back in the hobby. Billy Grabarkowitz. I love that his last name is the same size as his first name, because his name has got a few letters in it. Because you know the 73 design, most people, if you're watching this, are into vintage like me, and the last name is in a bigger point size than the first name. And for Billy, it's the same size, or maybe 2 points bigger. It's pretty small to cram it in there. And I love that I had no idea he was an all-star, and he emphasized the point. So super cool auto there. Loved getting that one. That was a freebie as well. So we've got 3 TTMs that we're going to open up really quick. The first one, allow me to just sort of do the old cover job here. First one's from Denver. So I have a pretty good idea of who these are all from. But now, of course, right when the moment of truth comes, I'm actually literally starting to forget a little bit. So it's not like by design. Ooh, I did not think it was going to be this guy. Interesting. Okay, this was my oldest out there auto, actually. So this was from a few months back, probably 4 to 6 months ago. Probably closer to 6 months ago. Greg Brock, who had a pretty solid career with the Dodgers and the Brewers as a first baseman. There's an 89 Topps, a 90 score, which I actually think of score sets, I think this was their best one, just in terms of look. I think the shots were pretty good, and I like the different colors they had. This is a nice one, though. It's 85 card from the Dodgers. Very cool stuff from Greg Brock there. Thank you very much, Mr. Brock. We've got 2 more that I'm very confident are more recent. I didn't realize how off-center a card I sent him there. He was free. In fact, I'm pretty sure these last 2 were free as well. Okay. The next one, actually, I started opening it already, but it is from Orlando, Florida, and I'm pretty sure this is a former catcher DH in the 90s. Really had some nice years for the Yankees, and also the Texas Rangers, as I believe was his first team. And this card, I believe, is a Rangers card, if it's who I think it is. A few of you might know who I'm talking about. And yes, it's Mike Stanley. One of my, I bought a bunch of, I had one day I bought at a card shop, I paid I don't know, $15 for almost the whole box of 88 Donruss, just to have the fun of ripping it again when I got back in. And so I have a stash of those cards, and I've probably got a couple of dozen of them signed here through TTM. This is actually a pretty cool signature too, and it's a nice shot of him. So, I didn't have a Yankee card of him handy, but that's actually a really cool card. I don't think it's a rookie. It might be. No, probably a second year. Very cool auto there. Thank you, Mr. Stanley, for that one. I did like watching him hit for the Yanks in the mid-90s when he was sort of one of their... He was kind of not an unsung hero guy. He was a pretty important player in that lineup for a couple of years, about three years maybe. Had some real nice seasons for the Yanks. And then he played for Boston too. In fact, he may have played for Boston a little longer than the Yankees. All right, last auto I've got here is coming from Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm pretty sure I know who this is. I'm glad this one's actually last, because from a vintage standpoint, this is the most interesting one. If it's who I think it is. If it's who I think it is, he hit a pretty famous home run in a 1970s World Series, and it was of a pinch hit variety. Mid-70s would be my last clue. So based on that, you probably know that it is Bernie Carbo. Interesting. I say that's interesting because he sent me a bonus card. Wow, that is so cool. I was like, wait a minute, this is not the card I sent him. That's cool that he has his own card from his the shot when he crossed home plate, when he hit the pinch hit home run in the 8th inning of the 1975 series. My dad, a Red Sox fan, has talked about this moment a fair amount when I was growing up. So when I saw that he was signing for free, no less, and he sent me an extra card, that's super nice of him. Thank you, Mr. Carbo. Here, wow, he sent two. Wow, he sent an extra one. He sent two of these cards. Wow, he must have really liked my letter or something, which is pretty cool. Wait a minute, this is very interesting. So here's a 78 card. Wow, okay. I thought this video was going to wrap up quickly. Let me make sure there's nothing else in this envelope. There is. Okay, there's nothing else in here. So here's the deal. I sent him one card. It was a 1976 Topps card because that's just what I happen to have of him. And I thought it was actually a decent card to send him because it was, you know, the season after he, right after he hit that home run, 75. So I can't remember if the card back mentions it now or not. Because they do like card backs when they mention, like, you know, major career moments like that. But in my standard letter that I send to players, I mention that I first started opening packs in 1978, and I mentioned that my first ball game was in 78. And he sent me a 1978 card. I wonder if he did that because of the note. My guess is he probably did. That's pretty cool. So thank you, Mr. Carbo. That is awesome. I love this card. I love that it's a 78. That is really, really cool. So that's the video. I'm glad that was the last one, as it turned out. So with that, hope you're having a good week, like I said before. And, you know, I've got MLB TV, and I love watching some of the games. You know, I'm not like glued to it all night long kind of a thing, but I do like catching, you know, an hour and a half, several nights a week. It's a pretty cool thing. Baseball season, just love it. So that's it. I will see you on the next video. Take care.